Hello YouTubers, happy Easter. It's Good Friday, it's the good news today. So I'm going to share with you just a little idea and some tips and tricks on how to super detail or kit bash things like station buildings. I'm going to show this very simple idea. I am in the kitchen today because it's easy to work on because I've got my granite chopping board and I can wipe it when I'm finished. It's perfectly okay. But it's the case of me not being able to offer you a tea or coffee, I'm afraid, because it might get a little bit too cold by the time you drink it. Anyway, let's get on to the actual building I'm going to show you. So you can see here in the camera shot, I've got this Hornby quick fix series station Booking Hill building. These originally came out in the 1970s by Hornby, and they're still available through the Hornby building range, I think, at the moment. You can get them on eBay. But my particular example I got in the 90s, they had the idea, some strange idea about giving you a different choice of brick finished papers that were self-adhesive. You peel off a sticky sheet and just carefully apply them to the building. The only thing with that is over a period of time they bubble up and they tend to look a little bit frayed and tattered. So I had this building sitting in my spares box for many years. And then when I had my last layout, I thought about the idea of turning it into a station hotel or just a normal, very underused rustic station building. So that's when I put a little bit of scenic finish on there. Very simple to do. Bit of PVA, grass scatter material, for example, a little bit of lichen around the chimney pots and so forth. So it sat in my box, as I said, I didn't use it. And when I built the new layout recently, I did come across it and I thought that's a nice little building, but I've got nowhere to put it. It's a station building, so it should technically go on the station section of the layout, but there was something not quite fully complete with it, if you like. So the other day I was going through my spares box, as mentioned, where this building lives, and I also found this canopy, and I thought this Pico canopy is a rather nice canopy, but I'm not sure how to fit it or where to put it. It's only a little short canopy and I've got quite long little island platforms, as you would have seen in the layout. So what I did, I came up with the idea as follows. These canopy supports, these green, they're like a white metal cast material, and they're from Hornby. They go with the original platform canopy kits you can get from Hornby. And what I've done, I've just cut off the bottom pegs, fitted them in place underneath this existing Pico canopy, and hey presto, we now have this lovely station building, which I think looks rather tasty. That looks really nice. I'm quite pleased with that. It actually reminds me of Sheffield Park on the Bluebell Railway a little bit, but I think it works quite well. Not sure what you guys think out there. I think it looks all right. Simple little things I did with the station building from Hornby wise. I just painted the chimney pots a different colour. The barge boards above the roof gables, they're a different colour, obviously to match the chimney pots on both ends. I haven't painted these yet. They're still blue, so I'll probably get around to finishing those, maybe doing a different colour to match these probably. There's quite a little bit of colour contrast because we've got the green canopy there, and also blue barge boards and brown barge boards. So we've got to actually sort this out, I think, and just match everything up accordingly. Might have to redo it green, to be quite honest, because you've got a green canopy, green supports, but blue doors. So again, there's quite a lot of paintwork maybe to do on this, but as a building on the whole, you can see how very simple it is to turn something very basic into something like that, which to me looks quite nice. And as mentioned, it gives it more personal character on the layout. This side, which is the station platform side, train side, is not too bad. Doesn't notice that much. The windows are okay in it, that's the main thing. Structurally, it's pretty sound. But yeah, a nice little idea. When I used to be a patrolman, quick railway story. When I used to be a patrolman on Network Rail, part of my weekly inspection walk was from Leatherhead to Box Hill and West Hamble Station on the Dorking line in Surrey. And beautiful walk on a lovely day. Absolutely gorgeous walk. Lots of fields, just quiet countryside, and just the railway. But this reminds me a little bit of Box Hill and West Humble Station, a little bit. Not quite, because it's got some nice Victoriana cast iron work on the roof detail. It's much more different to that, but it's very similar. Typical little country station. But yeah, there we go. Just a little quick one as well, guys. These window boxes I actually made myself. And if you're asking on your computer at home or device, you're asking in the background, how did you make those? Because that's what I can hear you already saying that. Very simple. Again, little coffee stirring sticks, just cut to size, the lengthwise, and then 2 little short bits for the width. And basically, get yourself a static grass mat and just cut it into very tiny little strips. Once you're happy with the size of your flower bed box or window box or station flower bed box, once you're happy with the length, you just match it up with the same size coffee stirring sticks and cut to size accordingly. Make yourself a little box, and then you can paint it. And how did I get the flower effect? Well, that's quite simple. Just take a very small paintbrush, dip it in some neat PVA glue, and just flick it over the top of the static grass, and then get yourself a little pinch of static grass material, not static grass material, scatter material of grass effect, and you can just sprinkle it over, much the same as when you're using condiments on one's food at dinner time. And then once that's dry, get a small paintbrush again, and then the colour of your choice, just dab in and drop in some flowers. It's a simple little effect, but it looks very effective, I think. A nice little summer window box there. Again, a very simple effect. Just a little tips and tricks of the hobby. Hope that's helped you today or inspired you to have a go yourself and thinking, oh, I've got some buildings at home that I don't use. I could turn it into something else and I could, you know, have a little go myself. And why not? So anyway, that's my little Easter vid for you guys today out there on Good Friday. Hope you have a lovely and safe Easter. And I'll be back soon with another video, and probably the next video I'll have repainted this a little bit different and added some more finishing touches, and it'll be positioned nicely on the layout. So I'll see you soon in the next one. Do apologise again, I couldn't offer you a tea or coffee today, but it might get cold as mentioned. So happy Easter, guys, and keep modelling. All right, see you soon.